For anybody who decided to stay up till basically midnight last night to watch the Memphis Grizzlies finish their game, their first road game of the season in Oakland, California against Golden State. I guess they're in San Francisco now, not in Oklahoma. Against the Golden State Warriors. The Grizzlies fell 131 to 118, a 13-point loss, but it was much worse than that through most of the second half. I helped Jared with the post-game bounce last night, and I told him during the post-game bounce, like, listen, I feel like you're just this is not the first one to go solo on, I think. You know, you got a loss on the road at midnight to Golden State Warriors. Draymond got his typical flagrant one that he's going to get every single time he plays Memphis. And you may have some guys crashing out, so just let me kind of help you out with the comments here. And so there were some mild crash outs, I guess. One of them we put in timeout for a little while.
Sure. As one has to.
I hope I guess comes back. I hope he didn't get his feelings hurt too bad. It was a late night. But as my mama Kate used to say, nothing good happens after midnight, and he decided to air out his frustrations on a live chat. And so, hey, if you're going to do it anywhere, do it with us.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You know, it's the first road game of the year. It's first true test of this offense and defense to see if it travels. It was our first opportunity to see what it looks like on the West Coast against a good team. And it just didn't go well, right? Like, Draymond is going to do Draymond things. The Warriors have been scoring at a pretty high clip so far this year. They are the second highest scoring team in the NBA. Do you know who the first highest scoring team is?
Well, I don't know, but I did look at the standings yesterday, so I'm going to assume that you're asking me this because it's a trick question, and it's a team I would have never have guessed before. But at the top of the NBA standings right now is the Chicago Bulls. So I'll say
Not
Chicago.
the Bulls. It's not the Bulls. It's the Charlotte Hornets, averaging 136 points per game.
I should have guessed. That's
absolutely
obvious. Yeah.
Cooking on offense right now. But the Warriors did the Warriors thing. They shot 44% from three last night compared to an abysmal 31% for the Grizzlies last night. And Drew, it's one of those things, and Wayno brings it up here. I like our chances with the full roster, right? Like, on a night when Ja and Jaren didn't have their best stuff, KCP didn't either, Jalen Wells didn't either, and we just didn't have another option besides Ja and Jaren. There's going to be nights where one of them or both of them, like last night, don't have their best stuff, and it's who's going to be able to step up. I think that's a role for a Ty Jerome when he comes back from his injury. I think Zach Edey can help with that by being just a force in the paint. And it's just another game where it's like, dadgum, if we were just healthy, if we just had our full roster, I think it could look different. And all in all, it's still not anything that's unfixable. It's still a new offense and a new system and a new team that is figuring out their way on the road. And there's no sense in crashing out. We are 4 games into the season on our Beale Street heat check. We are 2-2 so far. We've had 2 good performances, right? Opening night, battling with the Pelicans, beating the brakes off the defending Eastern Conference champ, Indiana Pacers, asterisk, I know. And then 2 losses where we didn't shoot the ball well against Miami and last night against Golden State. But we still got 78 more games to get this thing figured out. And I know that, these are early losses, but it's just 2.
Yeah.
So far.
I'm not here to crash out either. At the same time, I hate the we're not healthy argument. I mean, and I'm fatigued by it, I guess, because when are we?
I get it.
I guess.
I get it.
And so I just don't really care about that. Like, this is an NBA game. You play 82 of them things, as Sane said in our comment section last night, and it stuck. Play 82 of them, and you want to win all of them, and you got to roll the guys that you're with. And I just felt like the Grizzlies last night played a Golden State Warriors game, the game that they forced us into, and we couldn't get up and going. They were cool with playing a slower pace. You couldn't pivot. And listen, and it is really hard to play a fast pace when the other team is shooting 50% from 3. They finished at 44. They were shooting dang near 50% in the fourth quarter. And so it's just really hard to do that. And you had guys, Moses Moody and Curly, what's his name?
Podziemski.
Pods combined to shoot 10 of 14 from 3 last night. And so it wasn't our game. It wasn't our game, and that's okay. That's okay. I just don't want to blame injuries yet. Like, you've got Ja and Jaren, and that should be enough to stay in it. It's early. I'm not crashing out. Jaren was really not good at all last night. I thought he was not aggressive in the slightest. He only took 6 shots on the game. He wasn't in foul trouble, so I don't really know what the deal was with that. Everything felt left-footed. If there's anything that I can give you hope for, I'm going to read you a stat. This comes from at Parker VB on X, and I'm sure most of you guys have seen it. Through 4 games, the Grizzlies' 3-point shooting percentages from their from 5 players: Ja, KCP, Jalen Wells, Jaren, and Santi. Ja shooting 11% from 3 in the first 4 games of the season. Wells, KCP, Jaren, and Santi are all shooting, which is weird, 28% from 3. Those numbers are going to go up. It will regress to the mean. These guys did not forget how to shoot. The shots are there. They're going to be open. That's going to correct itself. Again, this is an 82-game season. I'm not super worried, but at the same time, you're not going to hear me very often say, just wait till we get healthy, just because I'm so sick of saying those words.
That's fair, but I do agree with JaMychal Cole's take last night, and it's just I'm not an advocate for the non-Ja Jaren minutes. Steal a breather here and there when you have to. But Memphis led 49-48 when Jaren went out of the game, leaving a lineup of Small, KCP, Conchar, Coward, and Jock. And the Warriors immediately went on an 8-0 run. Jock comes back in and immediately gets a 3-point play to cut it to 4. So, like, if you're going to, like, right now, especially, I'm not blaming injuries, but right now, especially, I need one of these 3 on the court at all times. I'm not saying they need to play 48 minutes or pull a Josh Hart, but Ja, Jaren, and Cedric Coward, because he's been a good offensive player for us, I think needs to be on the court at some point. One of those 3 need to be on the court the entire game, especially Ja and Jaren. You just got to overlap those breaks a little bit better to where you can get them closing out for sure. But I need our superstars. This team is constructed around those 2. I need one of those 2 on the court at all times. That was one of our biggest beefs with Taylor Jenkins. He would run out these lineups, and he would have Ja and Jaren sit forever with our bench players. And on a night when our bench is good, like against Indiana, okay, get them some rest. But a night like last night when our bench wasn't good enough against an elite Warriors team, you got to have one of those 2 on the court at all times. And I would start to lump Cedric Coward in there.
Yeah. That didn't lose us the game. I did note that because T.I. has done a pretty good job through 3 games of keeping one of them on the court at all times, even with Jaren having some foul trouble in 2 of the 3 games previous. And so I just thought this was kind of trying to steal a rest there, and it bit us, but it didn't cost us the game. What cost us the game was allowing them to shoot 50% from 3 and Moses Moody and Pods going on. Like you did an incredible job. The Grizzlies did an incredible job of denying Steph Curry the basketball. He only took, I think, 11 shots. He had 16 points. Jimmy Butler's night, I think he had 20, but it wasn't like he was killing us by any means. But you just got beat by Pods and Moses Moody, and it's just a weird night. And
I never said that that's what cost us the game, but
I know you
runs that can end up like if those in an aggregate can be an issue. I just need one of those guys on the court at all times.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not talking to you necessarily, but there are some folks out there that's teetering, and so I'm trying to give them a reprieve.